Yo, it is good, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Renegade Roundtable podcast here on the channel and on X. I am Jeff Kirby. Of course, we are joined by Jared. Jared, how in the hell are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a good day for me, at least today. Very light day for me working because the big address is over. That's all I'll say. The State of the Union is over pretty much.
It's
Now
the State of the Union in one way is over, but today on the Renegade Roundtable, we have another State of the Union, the Steelers State of the Union address. That's how I decided that would be a very fitting title for this.
Very fitting.
So hold on, let me get started here.
Mm-hmm.
My fellow Americans
Jesus.
and fellow Steeler fans.
All right, this is not what we want to see.
My fellow Steeler fans, the State of the Union is strong, but the state of the Steelers may be stronger. As you can see, over the last couple of days, the Steelers have added to this group. I can't do it anymore.
They did add to the group.
Yes, they did add to the group, and that's something that we're going to get into. But I want to ask you this, and I want to ask for everyone who's watching, drop your comments down below. What are your honest thoughts right now, halfway through the season? What are your thoughts on the Steelers right now? Jared, I'm gonna let you start off. I will let you have the floor and give your side of the Steelers State of the Union address.
It's very, it was a lot of questions coming into it. I feel like now it's a little bit less of questions, but there's still some questions out there, with the offense, especially more. If you had told me Russell Wilson wasn't going to start week 1, I thought you'd be crazy. Even though you got hurt, you got Fields started for the first 6 weeks, did a good job. I say 6-2, to sum it up, is a pretty good start for the first halfway of the season. It would be nice to go 8-0, but we're being realistic. You think that's not going to happen. They could have went 8-0, should have, but I'm just very happy of how the offense is continuing to get better every week, as it seems, even with Russell Wilson now at the starting quarterback position. Defensive side of the ball, gonna be a little bit honest. I think they're really good, but I expect like elite defense, like top 5, top 3 defense, especially with the amount you paid towards this defense.
Right.
And now you add another. You traded for someone else for another edge person, which is pretty good for depth. Hopefully everyone plays this week on defense. Pretty much has been hurt, and Cordell Patterson. Would like to see him play. Zach Frazier. The injuries, affected us a little bit. The O-line is just probably the worst injury bug we had.
Yeah.
This season. This was the season that the O-line was supposed to be, Fatano on the right side, Broderick Jones on the left side, James Daniels, Seamalu, and we wanted Zach Frazier at the center position. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see how the gel was. Other than that, I'm pretty happy that we're 6-2. I'm very excited to see what we do on Sunday against the Commanders. A really good team. The best Commanders teams we've seen in a long, long time.
Oh yeah,
long time.
So the one thing I want to mention too about, you were talking about the Steelers defense, and you were talking about how they're great. They're very good, but you want to see them be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. So I looked this up. So currently, right now, they, in terms of total yards allowed per game, they're sitting at 9th. Mm-hmm. So 310 yards per game. That's so. Put that in perspective. The top defense in terms of total yards allowed this year are the Tennessee Titans at 269.
Oh wow.
You go to the passing defense. The passing defense is where I'm disappointed. You're kind of in that lower third of the NFL. You're allowing 219 yards per game, which in perspective, the best is the Tennessee Titans at 155.8.
Oh,
There's a lot of defenses, better than the Steelers. Rush defense, been pretty damn good on. You're fourth in the NFL there at 90.5. The only teams ahead of you are Baltimore, Minnesota, Kansas City, and now Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
And then points per game, I think this is one that is very, very important. This one you'll be very happy with, that we are second in the NFL at 14.9, only behind behind the Los Angeles Chargers at 12.6.
Oh, wow.
So I think that's the one that
matters.
Matters most, and the one that I'm happy about.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the passing yards annoys me a little bit, but I know there's different factors to things. Total yards, it's like, all right, you're top 10 in that, and the rush defense, you're very good. You're fourth in the NFL there. So what that kind of shows me is you're a bend but not break ish, but in the upper echelon of bend but not break defenses.
Yep.
And I think that's a big thing. And now, like you mentioned, we've added to this defense as well. We're going to get to the offense as well. But Jared, he kind of brought up the defense. I wanted to start off with this. We added Preston Smith, which we knew he requested the trade just because of scheme fit or lack of scheme fit now in Green Bay. And he's going to be someone that will make an immediate impact. Now, how is he going to fit into this? Where is it? I don't see a spot where he's going to end up being a starter.
No.
So at worst, he's your third rotational guy.
Yeah.
If Preston Smith is your third rotational guy, which, by the way, this makes me feel better about the situation of the edge rushers, because we went through the time where you were without Nick Herbig, you were without Alex Highsmith, and so you're running out guys like Jeremiah Moon, and you're running out guys like that. So to add more depth to this, to where now if TJ Watt needs a breather, bring in Preston Smith. Now, is Preston Smith TJ Watt? No, but Preston Smith is still a pretty damn good pass rusher. Yep. Or if Alex Highsmith were to get hurt, or Nick Herbig, that's things that are going to be vitally important. Now, the one thing that I kept on seeing people, and I remember also our guy Ken last week on the show, after we got done talking to JT from Draft Nation, he kept on mentioning he wanted to see a run-stuffing defensive tackle. So a couple other people say they would like that. And I think that would have been nice, but I think that would have cost you a little too much that we're going to be willing to give up.
Totally agree. 100%.
So, and who's to say that Preston Smith, they don't try to find a way to make him someone that can, somewhat fill that role in a certain way.
Yep.
Find a way to manipulate things. Find a way to use them in different aspects and different ways to get him out there on the field more, because he is a good football player. He should be out on the field. We want to see him on the field. Yeah,
he's pretty big name. A name, heard of Preston Smith,
And it was a shocker to see that because all we were thinking about for the most part is, all right, we got our receiver, and that's that.
And we're done.
And then all of a sudden, he was like, wait a second, we got Preston Smith too? It's like, wait a second.
Yep. And his contract's not bad at all, if you really haven't looked at it.
I have not had a chance to look at it.
I've seen it. I just don't remember it. I think the other twos are not guarantee years, from what I'm saying. So it's not, for a 7th round pick, you're basically giving them for free, basically.
Hey. So, and the Green Bay Packers, like I said, he requested the trade out of Green Bay, and the Green Bay so was like, all right, we'll give it to you. They traded him to Pittsburgh, and seemed to be pretty happy when he saw the record, too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I know Green Bay's going through it. They had a rough game last week against the Lions.
Yeah, well, it did help, too, that Jordan Love hurt with the groin injury.
Yep.
And obviously, which, by the way, real quick, I want to say something for 2 seconds about that specific game. Brian Branch should not have been ejected from that game.
Oh, we know. We all know that.
Yeah. I needed to say it. Well, while it got brought up, I think we all agree. He should not.
I don't know how New York just brought it up and just tell him, hey, let's eject Brian.
Well, because they have the ability to do that,
which is insane. I think it's insane a little bit. That for that, I get why, but for that, it wasn't like it was an intent. He wasn't targeting.
Well, the NFL, what they said is that they thought he had the chance to light up or to lay up and not do that, and he did it anyway.
Oh
So,
my goodness!
but I mean, the thing is, though, is when you're
I
going
get
up
it.
with that much momentum, you can't stop yourself.
It's so hard. Yeah, it's really impossible to stop yourself from.
And if you do, you're going to end up hurting yourself.
Exactly.
But yeah, that annoyed me like hell. But
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is.
But I wanted to say a little more about the defense. The pass defense, it's going to get tested this week with what Jaden Daniels.
Let's not forget too. We have another addition.
Oh, I know we do.
Yeah, I know you knew, but I'm just saying we forgot to mention this too. Where we technically now have another addition coming in with Cam Sutton.
Yes, very true. Yeah, and doesn't know his role. I feel like he's going to be back at his probably the backup nickel, or if they need him out on the corners, they'll throw him out there.
Are we sure that we don't maybe see in the next week or so we don't see him just take over that spot over Beanie Bishop because they're more they're familiar with Cam Sutton, they know what he can do.
Yeah, what Beanie Bishop's been, he's been playing. Well, I get it. He's been playing. Interceptions does mean a lot.
It does, but there have also been times where he has gotten absolutely cooked.
Understandably, I get it. Maybe I don't know. You swap them every couple downs. We'll see. I don't know what they'll do. They'll figure it out. They'll definitely figure it out. But this pass defense is going to get tested against Jaden Daniels. I'm just telling you, this is the week. This is the start of our brutal schedule that we all been talking about since when the schedule was released.
Yep.
So, I would like, of course we want to win, but I like the defense to the pass defense at least to hold their ground. Now
the one thing that we can hope on too is Mike Tomlin historically has been very, very, very well against rookie quarterbacks.
Now this is Jaden Daniels.
Now, granted, like last year got absolutely cooked by CJ Stroud.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that historically he has been very good against them. So it's going to be another test to see if they can find ways to make him uncomfortable. If there's ways that they can make him to force bad throws, that's going to be something that we're going to want to see. Here's an interesting stat too. You know what Mike Tomlin's record coming off of the bye is in his career?
Probably really good.
14-3.
Yep, really good.
Which, by the way, if you flip that, that's my birthday. And I saw this too because I was thinking about this last week, or on Sunday. The Steelers are the last time that they've lost coming off of the bye is 2016. It's a while. It's been a while since I've done. So historically, they have been very good coming off the bye. So make sure of that. Going up against a rookie quarterback, that's got me feeling something.
Yeah, we're feeling good. Yes, we should feel good. Especially now, we can talk about the offense now. The offense side of the ball, adding another receiver that, thank God, we all been asking for since the offseason. It's not the one maybe that we want, but it's somebody. you get somebody in Mike Williams, opposite of George Pickens.
Which was ironic because it was a guy that got mentioned during the offseason.
Yep. Yeah, they try to get him during the offseason and didn't work out, but they traded for him. I'm sure, now Mike Williams is happy. They're going to use him probably a lot more. I'm sure he wasn't happy with the Jets, how they used him. They just weren't using him correctly. It's going to be Russell Wilson's going to throw him a lot of contested balls. I'll tell you that.
A lot of moon balls.
Yep. A lot of moon balls is what we've been calling them. Moon balls, the GP, George Pickens, you name it. Everybody's going to get a moon ball if they can.
Here's something that I'm going to be interested to watch over the next couple of weeks and throughout the season with this. how is this going to open things up for guys like Calvin Austin, guys that you could, the speedy guys over the middle, speedy guys underneath? Because when you have two guys that you have to worry about over the top, that might be able to open things up on top of having to deal with Pat Fryermuth, on top of dealing with either Najee or Jaylen Warren coming out of the backfield. Those are going to be things that I'm going to be watching for, the things that I'm going to be interested for, because if you have two guys now that you have to worry about beating you over the top in terms of the contested balls and that kind of nature, that has the potential to open things up more in the intermediate and short routes.
Yep. You keep using the tight ends. Darnell Washington keep using that big tight end. He usually, they like to use him early on. It seems like, he gets, he had the longest catch before the bye. It was like 30 yards he had.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But keep using him. The problem that with the offense is once they get into the red zone, it's like the floor is lava in the end zone, is what we call it. The floor is lava. We don't want to touch the end zone. Thank God for we have a good kicker in Boswell. Because without a good kicker, geez, Louise, it could be bad.
Yeah.
But we need touchdowns. And this is what I hope. I would love to see in some packages use Justin Fields in the red zone. I would love to use him in this type of, in this game or in the future in the red, even from the 10, from the 15 maybe. I don't know when you want to use him in the red zone right there. It's with his feet. His feet will get you in the end zone. We don't care how we win. Just score a touchdown.
Just score one more point than your opponent.
Exactly. And Russell Wilson, he can escape the pocket a little bit, but not run fast as Justin Fields going into the end zone.
Right. So we got a comment here. First comment of the day from JDD. He says, problem is we play against rookie quarterbacks, or play good against rookie quarterbacks. It's the veterans coming in that destroy us. Flacco, for example. So yeah, that's why we've talked about that a little bit earlier. Historically, Mike Tomlin's been very good with facing rookie quarterbacks, and that's something that has me a little bit hopeful. Right now, the Commanders are 2.5 point favorites at home. So I mean, and that's expected. I'm not.
So you're telling me Steelers money line this week is what you're telling me.
Money line plus 125.
Ooh, that's a tasty money line. I'll tell you that much. It's a little bit tasty right there.
How tasty are we talking? McDonald's Sprite tasty? Are we talking a nice cold brewski after a long hard day outside?
Like cold brewski all a long day. That's what it's nice. The plus 125. It's
what kind of brewski?
Nah, don't worry about the kind of brewski. But other than that, I expect the Commanders to be the favorite.
Jared drinks White Claws.
I'll drink. I don't care. White Claws, Twisted Teas. I'll drink. Listen. I'm not. If I'm gonna drink beer, it's a Corona. That's probably the most I'll drink.
Okay.
Probably. Other than that, I don't drink beer. But anyways, Commanders should be favorite. No disrespect. The offense has to take over their defense. The Commanders' defense. They've been good, but not great. Same thing like I guess you could say for our defense. So they've been good in most sense, but I guess not great. Bend don't break, basically.
Right.
Bend don't break defense. I saw a stat that the Commanders are 7-2 for the first time since 1950, like 1960. It's a long time for them. So if you're telling me they've been bad for that long to have that good of a start, it's we got to be ready. I'm hoping for injury's sake. Did the injury report come out today? I saw everyone was a full participant except for Nick Herbig yesterday. Did you see what the injury report for today at all?
I did not see one for today. However, I can. At this point, let's go. Look up look this up.
See to make sure. I'm hoping it looks like a good start that everyone's going to play on that. That's full participant on Sunday. It's a good thing.
Let's just do this. Steelers injury report. Okay, so we had Justin Fields full, Ben Skoranek full, Terrell Edmonds did not practice with an illness, Tyler Matakavage, I always forget how to say his name, full with a hand. He was full. Nick Herbig was limited. Zach Frazier was full. Isaac Zamalu just vet day. McCole Pruitt is new on the thing with the do not practice today with a knee injury. Cordero Patterson was full. Cam Hayward took a Veterans Day. So
sounds like Herbig is maybe might not play. It's probably the most. It's limited. He might play.
We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see.
And then
is it like last week? Got Preston Smith for.
And the only did not practice that we have was McCole Pruitt.
Okay. All right.
So, but you know what? The bye week has been huge. We get everyone back healthy, and we're going to need it because that's the offense that we're getting ready to go up against. The third best offense in terms of total yards per game at 392 yards per game. In terms of the passing game, they're right behind Kansas City and Minnesota, or right in front of Minnesota, about 228. Now the rushing offense, they're pretty good at. They're third in the NFL, so that's going to be where this rush defense is going to come in. Last time we played someone that had a really good rushing. Remember, was the Chargers. Remember week 3.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins, those first 2 years, he was going stupid and came in and did absolutely nothing against us. So I'm hoping that, but then we get what happened against the Giants, and you had that no-name ass bum rookie
Tyrone Tracy,
who decided to go off on us for like 150 yards.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, everyone's going to be healthy, hopefully, on Sunday. I wish they moved this game a little bit back to 4 o'clock. I don't know. It's a competitive game this week. But,
there's one game. You know what? Real quick, and JDD, I see you have another comment here. I will get to you here in a sec. You know what's the one thing that pisses me off about the NFL, and there's a reason why this affects me. So next weekend, I'll be in Pittsburgh for the Steeler-Raven game.
Yep.
There were lots of talk about that game being flexed to Sunday Night Football because the original Sunday night game was the Colts and Jets. It's like, okay, no one wants to see that. You think Ravens Steelers, that's a hell of a game. That would be the perfect game, and that's not the game that CBS protected that week because they protected the Chiefs Bills, which of course they should. That should be the game.
Yeah.
But the NFL decided again to not do that, put in Bengals Chargers on Sunday Night Football.
They're really banking on the Bengals to win and come back. What's their record now? They're 4-5.
4-5. 4-5, and they play tonight against the Ravens. That's going to be a huge game, something we're all going to be watching very closely.
Huge. We don't cheer for anyone on the division. I hope both teams lose. Hope they tie.
Actually, no. Apparently, a tie would be worse.
Oh, really? Well, I hope somehow both teams lose. There's no way. But
if you had to pick a scenario, it's like, all right, if you play the Ravens and they win, or if the Ravens win, then they're 7-3, then they have another game first in the division. But then if the Bengals win, it's like, all right, they're 5-5 now. They're starting to catch hot.
Yeah. But it helps us a little bit as well, I guess.
It helps us, in the right now. But yeah, that kind of irritated me that they decided to put the Bengals Chargers game. And the only reason why I'm pissed about it is because I've never seen a Steeler nighttime game in Pittsburgh.
You got to go to one.
I almost, so instead of me going to the I almost went to the Giants game. That was going to be the game I was going to go to, but I decided against that and decided to go to the Ravens game because I've never been to a Steelers Ravens game, and I want to feel that. I want to experience that.
I haven't felt that either, so happy for you that you will see them next Sunday. It's a 1:00 game, right? I assume.
Yes.
Not terrible. Wish it was a 4:00 game, but
I mean, the 4:00 game for CBS was going to be Chiefs Bills.
Oh well, make another 4:00 game. Gonna make 2.
I don't know if that's how that works.
But other than that, big game Sunday. Steelers need to win this game. We'll be watching this game tonight, of course. Whatever happens, because we play the Ravens next week. It's a big, big game. And hopefully, we play against Lamar. I hope we play against Lamar. Lamar's not been statistically great against us when he plays us. The last couple times, I think Lamar is like a little bit dinged up or hasn't been playing against us with his quarterbacks or his backup QBs. I want to play against Lamar. See how, and then Derrick Henry's cut. It's a big test next week.
Yes, that's gonna be a huge test, and I will be there. So I'm gonna get to JDD's comments here real quick. So first thing he says is always root against the Ravens. So
yeah.
And then he says here, I went to a Steelers Ravens playoff game. It was intense. Unfortunately, we lost. Man, it's been a while since the Steelers and Ravens have played in the playoffs against each other, which anytime those two teams play in the playoffs, it's like,
it's good football to watch.
That intensity is just on a
it's up. I believe it. I 100% believe it. But as of this week.
Well, and then also JDD also says, he said this a little bit earlier, says, do you think that they will use Cam Sutton right off the bat?
I think they will rotate him in slowly to get some game readiness into him, I guess. I don't know. Or like get back into, football shape, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I agree.
Basically, they're not going to just throw him in right away. They're going to let Beanie Bishop play a little bit, and then maybe, on certain downs, they'll put Cam Sutton in so you get the feel back. He's been, he hasn't played for 8-9 weeks, basically. So I'm sure he's dying to get out there. But it's another big pickup to have on the cornerback is what I'll say. We'll see what happens. Hopefully Cam Sutton plays well. If we see the Cam Sutton that we had back then, man, that'll be huge. Really, really huge. Because Cam Sutton left for more money. No disrespect. You do what you got to do. Go get your money.
Go get the bag.
Go get the bag, and now you're back on our team. Like you're a rookie again, basically. You're starting back from the bottom. You're just a vet now.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting. This is, if we could start off these next couple of weeks, because you look at the Steelers, you have the Commanders, then you have the Ravens, and then hopefully we can write this one in as a pretty easy win.
Oh, let's not say that right now. Let's wait till we get there.
Well, I might literally be there because it's in Cleveland. It's Browns.
I'm sure, and it's a Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night game, as always.
We'll have to see. I may or may not be making an appearance there. We'll have to see.
I wonder.
We'll see how my bank account's looking like after next weekend.
Bro, I bet tickets are so. I don't want to say cheap, or they're probably like pretty good prices for that Thursday night game.
It is. I was looking at them last night, and I could get lower bowl. So I could get lower bowl seats for that game cheaper than.
Are we talking like $100
for the Steelers Ravens game?
Are we talking about $100 lower bowl right now?
For
lower bowl seats for the Browns game, huh? Thursday night.
Here, I can. So I'm looking at right now. I'm looking on Game Time right now. I'm looking at a lower bowl ticket right now. $125, row 2.
Oh,
$199.
Wow. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
Whoa, actually, no, I lied. I could get it for $179. Oh, hello.
Tempting, very tempting.
If that ticket's here in a couple of days, I think that bad boy's coming home to me.
Tempting. I would like to see a Cleveland Steeler game down the line.
I mean,
no, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's a Thursday night game. I can't, man. I wish.
I mean, do I have to make a call for you? Like,
what's my job?
Who do I need to talk to?
My job.
No, give me their number. I got you.
No. What are you gonna say?
I have my word. I have my ways.
Oh my god.
So, hey, listen, this is Jared's business agent here.
Business agent.
He has an appearance that he needs to be for, or that he needs to fly up to Cleveland for an appearance. And I need you to allow him to do this
to
miss Friday and Thursday.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true.
So I need you to allow that so he can fly into Cleveland, be a part of this appearance, stay overnight because it's a nighttime appearance, and then he could come back Friday. He can come back Friday, or he'll be back to work on Saturday.
Yeah, basically. We'll see. Well, I gotta think about it now. We'll see. I know.
I got him thinking.
Yeah, you do got me thinking, but we'll see.
Now here on the other hand, the facts here. I'm going to actually here. Let's do this real quick.
Oh boy.
Let's go to we're going completely off the rails here, but if it decides, there we go. Let's go to Steeler Ravens.
Oh, you were wild.
Yeah, look at these.
Where are you sitting?
I haven't bought my ticket yet, so.
Oh, you're just waiting.
So I'm waiting, and I'm also waiting for next week when I get paid again.
Don't blame you.
Because
you never know.
I've never sat. Fun fact: I've never sat in the upper deck. I've never even been to the upper deck at Stadium.
It's a great view.
I think I'm at the point now where it's like I can't see myself not being in lower bowl.
I was at we were at the first couple rows against the Jets game on the visitor side, and it was not bad.
And I think part of it too is like I'm banking on like finding a cheaper club seat because I want to sit in club.
I don't blame you.
Like that, you have this ticket here for $485 in the club. Because I sat right here. I sat in this section. I sat in 230. Yeah, 238 for the Steeler 49er game last year. That was a blowout. That was an absolute blowout. But yeah, those tickets are oh boy.
So we'll see. We'll see if it's meant to be.
Like I said, if I need to talk to some people, I will. I'll be your quote unquote booking business agent for a day.
All right, we'll see.
But other than that, is there anything else that you want to get into before we?
No, man. I just hope the Steelers do their job on Sunday. Get this dub. Get this win on Sunday. I hope they use Mike Williams so much.
So much.
So everyone's fear is the injuries, which I understand injury prone. I totally get it. I understand. But we gotta ball.
Yeah.
Ball out.
Let's go. If we come back and get this dub this week, that's going to be, you want to talk about a confidence booster. You want to talk about the talking heads on ESPN talking about Steelers being Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they started a little bit on it
already.
Super Bowl contenders.
Now when you start to get into the meat of the schedule, if you start to get going here and you get these couple victories here, you're thinking, oh boy.
Yep. We'll see what happens. I'm very excited to see what happens in
because if you could come out 2-1 the next 3 weeks, and you end up being 9-3, that would be huge.
It's very, very, very huge.
And if you just stay right there with Baltimore in the division, because that's going to be a tough race throughout the rest of the year. That's going to be. Nah, that wasn't the only tough race that happened in the recent week.
Jesus Christ! Everyone, you don't want to make people more mad, huh?
I'm sorry, I had to. My impulsive thoughts won. My intrusive thoughts won on that. Oh boy! But other than that, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to go. If you haven't followed yet, follow both of us on X. I'm right here. Jared's right there. Boss_Sanchez98. I'm at Jeff_Kirby412. Make sure to go follow us both on X. Make sure to go and subscribe to us on YouTube. If you are watching this on YouTube, please go and hit that red subscribe button. Drop a like on this. Drop a comment as well. Share this to all your friends, all your family. And yeah, I want you guys to be talking about the Renegade Roundtable at your Thanksgiving table in a couple of weeks. But till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Go Steelers. Have fun. F the Yankees still. By the way, Cavs, baby. Cavs are on an absolute roll. 9-0 to start the year.
Great.
Couldn't hear you guys all the way down there.
We don't have Paulo, man.
3-6? Oh, Lord have mercy.
We don't have Paulo, man.
Couldn't hear you guys all the way down there.
Don't have Paulo. Wait till we get Paulo back.
And it ain't gonna change much. Till then, hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe. Have fun. Go Steelers. Peace out.